everyone, this is Selwyn with Win Solutions, and today's video covers receiving a refund from a vendor in QuickBooks. This video is designed to supplement an article that was written some time ago on that subject. Win Solutions is a full-service enterprise systems reseller and consulting firm. We do help companies get QuickBooks and other accounting software packages set up. We provide the appropriate training and ongoing support as needed. So feel free to visit us at winsolutions.com to find out more about the company and some of the services that we offer, as well as some of the products that we support. As far as the topic today, I am using QuickBooks Enterprise version 13 for this demonstration, but this solution should work on Enterprise Solutions 14 as well as the QuickBooks Pro and Premier versions, and previous versions too, probably all the way dating back to the 99 version the solution should work on. So as far as today's topic goes, let me just explain the problem. The problem is that the record deposits screen, although it does allow you to record any deposits received, including refunds from vendors, it doesn't include an item column so that the on-hand quantities of inventory might be affected appropriately, your job costing might be updated, and your accrual reports will display correctly. So if you are on the cash basis of accounting, or if you're not using job costing or inventory tracking in any way, then you can actually use this make deposit screen. I'll just run through that just real quick for those of you who are not using inventory and not using job costing, and obviously are on the cash basis of accounting. So all you would do in that case is just enter your vendor name. I have added a test vendor in here. You would select the account. This would typically be a cost of goods sold account or an expense account. I'll just choose purchases on this one. You may want to put a memo in there and then just put the amount that you received back from your vendor. At that point, just click Save and Close and you should be done. That would record the refund back from the vendor. Now, of course, if you are using the accrual basis of accounting, you're using inventory tracking or job costing reporting, this method will not work. So I'm just going to run through that process of recording that refund in that case. So firstly, I'm just going to go to the items. I have actually set up a test item. So that's the item we will be using. You can see that as of now, the on-hand quantity is 0. So to give a little bit of background, initially you would have either entered a bill or you would have entered a write check transaction to record the purchase of the goods initially. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to enter a bill. So I'll enter that test vendor, and I'm going to use the items tab because we want to track the items. I'm going to use that test item. I'm going to put a quantity in of 20. And so there's a quantity of 20 at a cost of $20 each for a total of $400. And I'm just going to save that. So now all we have is the bill in there, and if we went back to the item list, we would see that the on-hand quantity is at 20. You may have paid that bill subsequently, or the vendor may have charged the amount for the product on your credit card. So what I'm actually going to do in this case is just pay that bill. That initial bill, I will just check that off and pay that selected bill. Of course, if you're recording that on your credit card, you would choose the credit card and you would pay the bill. At this time, if we went to the vendor center and we went to the test vendor, we would see that bill in there and we would see the bill payments. Also, the item list again is still showing the 20 on-hand quantity of that item. So let's say at this point, 5 of those items that came in needed to be returned for whatever reason, whether they were damaged or whatever reason, we needed to return 5 of those items to the vendor. So the next step in the process is to enter a bill credit. And you do that just by clicking on the bill and then selecting the radio button credit. We'll choose that test vendor. Again, we'll use the items tab. And in this case, we use that item, but we'll put that 5 quantity that we're returning. So we're giving that vendor a credit for the 5 that we were returning to them. That's 5 at a cost of 20 for a total of 100. So I'll save that transaction. Next step in the process is to go to record deposits. Choose that test vendor. And this is important. Use the accounts payable accounts in the account column. You will put the amount that was received. In this case, it was $100, and I'm going to go save. Once that credit and the deposit has been entered, we can go to the Pay Bills screen. This item comes up here because we put the deposit in there, so we'll check that off for $100. But as soon as we check that off, the $100 credit becomes available. We'll click Set the Credits, and we'll set that $100 credit against the deposit that we recorded. Note that the amount to pay is still a $0 amount. Since we've already recorded the deposit, there's nothing that we're paying to this vendor at this time. If you did have other bills, though, that you needed to pay to the vendor, you could select those also at this time and pay those in the same transaction. In this case, I'm just going to click Pay Selected, and it will record that $0 bill or bill payments. If we went back to the item list, we would see that the on-hand quantity for that item has gone down to 15 appropriately because we have returned 5 to the vendor. Also, in the vendor center, we'll see that the vendor is owed nothing because we recorded the deposit back, as well as the change in the inventory quantities. So that concludes this video, receiving a refund from a vendor in QuickBooks. If you have any questions about this or need additional help with these steps, give us a call or shoot us a note. If you like this video or if this video helped, then please click like below and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.